Excellencies, GCM participants, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted with this opportunity to add my voice to this meeting where all the GCM participants have come together to take stock of progress and plan for the future. As you know, NCDs are now front and center of the global health discourse, and we always tend to focus on the magnitude of the problem and the lack of funding for a response, and I'm sure this must have been the case at this meeting as well, as it should. But with NCDs, the issue is actually much deeper than that. With NCDs, something radical is shaping and we simply don't have the right institutional competencies to deal with it. As you're all aware, NCDs are not just disruptive in the conventional sense of the epidemiological damage they cause. They're equally disruptive in terms of the political, economic, societal, health systems, and technological responses needed to make a sustained difference. We know that in order to mount an effective response to NCDs, we need a societal transformation, not just towards healthier lifestyle choices and re-engineering of health systems for chronic care, but we also need new across-the-government norms in trade, commerce, and fiscal decision-making, and in fact a new culture underpinning investments and partnerships. Now, within the context of these imperatives, we note that 3 high-level UN summits have already been convened, including the one this September. Several organizations have engaged in active advocacy, and this, coupled with the sheer quantum of suffering on ground, has created awareness about the need to address NCDs. We know that there is now a huge demand for technical assistance from countries, which is also evidenced by data from the WHO country cooperation strategies. But against this backdrop, there are institutional capacity limitations, both nationally and internationally, to address the full spectrum of NCD determinants. We are simply not fully prepared and do not have the skills and resources to deal with the issue. The institutional structures we developed for infectious diseases simply will not work for NCDs. And we have to appreciate that this enormous shift in disease pattern and the needed health responses is forcing us to think very differently. I believe the institutional response to NCDs can be revolutionary for public health. As you know, a comparable radical shift came in the wake of the HIV and AIDS movement, which redefined the role of the civil society and affected groups in planning and the importance of health as a human right. I believe NCDs have the same revolutionary potential, at least in terms of defining the rules of engagement in 2 areas. First, the multi-stakeholder, whole-of-government, health beyond the health sector approach to dealing with public health. And secondly, engagement with the private sector. The future of health and societies appears to have a deep interplay with NCDs, but transformations are happening both outside of the health sector and largely in the private sector. And I want to give you 3 quick examples to illustrate that. Well, firstly, today, health systems are being re-engineered not by ministries of health, but by financial institutions and online retail actors who are disrupting healthcare, which by default is becoming more chronic care-centric. Now, influence over this to achieve equity and quality endpoints will require a deeper understanding of ways to harness new technologies, which are already part of a growing healthcare market. Secondly, and also today, we know that solutions to NCDs are also partly embedded in a market-driven societal transformation that is happening anyway, but is largely limited to affluent settings. The potential for increasing digitization and smartphone connectivity and the wellness industry to disrupt the global health landscape is huge and massive. And the developments needed to harness their potential in order to deliver on the health for all premise is actually quite urgent. Thirdly, several developments which are currently underway signal that precision medicine may soon become the default option for disease management. This is evidenced by the declining cost of genome sequencing and advancements in pharmacogenetics, biobanking, and flexible small volume manufacturing coupled with the rise in artificial intelligence, big data analytics, and supercomputing power. The future of health can be about the future of NCDs, but many governance imperatives are emerging in relation to the setting of norms and standards and the articulation of ethical, patient safety, regulatory, and human resource capacity issues and norms. There is a need to explore how we will overcome the financial access barriers which will inevitably deepen and ensure access to medicines and technologies and surgery for all. It is important that we create the appropriate governance mechanisms and capacity to negotiate policy space for NCDs within existing initiatives. It is critical to exercise stewardship when countries are reluctant to enact public health measures for fear of trade or investment disputes. And it is important that we support companies and investors that move to divest from products and industries that endanger health. So it is clear that we need appropriate institutional arrangements in place with a multisectoral construct and scoping beyond the health sector to deal with these issues and to harness potential solutions. And it is here where mechanisms like the GCM and the UN Interagency Task Force on NCDs become so important. So the question of where we go from here is critical, and this is something that the High-Level Commission on NCDs has also been very vocal about. So today at this meeting, I hope you have discussed ways of exploiting synergy and have reflected on past performance, because it is critical that we use these mechanisms and structures for the engagements with the right safeguards, which is necessary to build on the momentum from the third UN high-level meeting on NCDs. I thank you.